Everyone, it's Fernando, live over here near Dallas, Texas. Just coming straight from a Comic Con. So I thought I would do a nice little unboxing video here for everyone out there. I see these all the time on YouTube, and I thought to myself, you know what? The stuff that I purchased today there at the Comic Con, it'd be a good opportunity to try to do something like this to show everyone like the kind of stuff that I buy. So geeky stuff that you and I love. So let's see what I can share. Oh, already some shout outs. Hello. How y'all doing? By the way, I'm doing this on a brand new um, I guess you call it like a tripod of some sort, but it allows me to then put my stuff here, and then that way I can show everyone what's going on. But I'll just give it one more minute here, and then I can do the unboxing. I don't know if you saw the thumbnail right now, but it showcases like the stuff that I bought, and I'll go through it just one by one, share it with everyone here. So, but hope everyone is doing fantastic today. I'm here again near the Dallas Fort Worth area for the Dallas Comic Show, and just wait until you guys see the panel that I was able to attend, a special Q&A panel, in this case with one of the actors from the Superman 4 movie, The Quest for Peace. Amazing stuff. I'm saving that though for my Patreon channel, but I wanted to share this here so that way I can showcase the stuff that I bought. So just a few more seconds and then I'll start going through one by one. But how's everybody doing out there today? Hope y'all are doing well. Hope y'all are enjoying this weekend. I know I am. Tomorrow, I plan on going to Aurora, Texas to finally try to find out and see about that alien grave site that's there. And then after that, I'm going to travel to Oklahoma to get some free casino nights there. And then also travel to some museums that are there too nearby. So probably just play tiny slots, not even maybe like 25 bucks, something like that. So, but otherwise, everything else is going good. All right, let's go ahead and let's start. So, if you saw the thumbnail, I purchased several things. So I'll just go with it one by one. In fact, I'll go in order on what I got here whenever I went there. So this was the first thing that I got when I was there. Ooh, look at this. Dark Knight's Metal. This is a cool free item here. In fact, let me see if I can lift this up even more. So it's kind of cool. I like this tripod. It's working out pretty well. It's getting better and better. I might have to stand up actually for this. So let's see. Ah, that's better. So this is the Dark Knight's Metal free edition. And I'm gonna give my thoughts on a bunch of these things too because lots of little trivia associated with them. That's why I picked these one by one. But this one right here, I got at the front whenever I just walked in. And the neat thing about this is that I was there when this dude right here, Scott Snyder, at the Dallas Comic Con when he announced this event when it had to do with the Dark Knight Metal. So it was really cool to see this. I guess about a year later now, after all the effects have been done, after the ramifications of it. So pretty neat. And this was standing right there at the front for free. So I love it when it comes to free things. So I still haven't had a chance to look at these particular comic, like all the stories within them, but it'll be my way to get into the Dark Knight Metal. Anybody purchased those comics yet? Do y'all what did y'all think? If y'all did, what did y'all think about it? I think it was like it seemed like there was a lot of ramifications from it, but otherwise it was neat to run into this first. So this was the first item that I got, and then the next item that I went through was this. As usual, I try to peruse graphic novels there at the Comic Cons, and lo and behold, I look for good deals, and I found one. So check this out. John Constantine, Hellblazer. And the reason why I got this one is because it was in a bin where it was $5 per graphic novel. So look at the size of this thing. Like this is an entire graphic novel, probably what 100, 200 pages or so. I love it when it's stuff like this because it's a good deal, and then I get to see it, have a good chance to read a good amount of material and have it be really cheap. And I got this because of this. Is this right? Deaths and Cigarettes. Isn't this the one that the movie, the Keanu Reeves movie, portrayed? Like that they had several scenes prominent to this particular set of storylines. That's why I got it. I was trying to remember if that was the case, and I think so. So that's why I ended up getting this here. But I love it. It's good stuff. Like this is really neat. I'm gonna peruse this later on, and then that way I get to get into the world of John Constantine. So really, really neat stuff. $5. Again, I love it whenever there's a good deal like this. So next thing that I got was also a $5 deal. It had to do with another graphic novel, one of my favorites, in fact, one of my characters. This guy, The Return of Superman. Yes, indeed. I got this one there in that same bin that was for $5, but look at the size on this one. Huge, very, very huge. This is several hundred pages right here, all again for $5. The reason I got this is because when this came out, I was pretty young at the time and I didn't have a chance to afford any of this, like when it comes to the world of comic books. So later on today, it was great to come across this and realize all these stories, how I wished I could have read them when I was younger, like at that time. So this is so cool to be able to find this and then have it again, all this stuff just for $5. Looks so 90s. It is. It's from the 90s. I mean, look at this artwork. It is, right? Like this is stuff that stands out, that looks just like from that era. Every era has that different look. Like the 80s had that much simpler look. The 90s looked more cartoony. I guess the thousands looked far more realistic, I guess, like more hardcore. But otherwise, it was really neat running into this. So awesome, awesome stuff. Can't wait to read this. Oh, I remember this one. Remember? I just passed it. When Lex, right here, when he was a redhead, or I'm sorry, long hair redhead at the time, and I think it turns out that that was a clone, but it was using his brain, and then somehow even that clone started dying afterward. I so have to catch up on all this world. And I remember this guy, what was his name, Cyborg, how he ended up being like the bad guy, and that was a huge surprise for everyone at the time. So really, really cool stuff. So I'm so glad I got this. So very happy on that. And then the next one that I got is this. So, bunch of Punisher comic books in this case, and then some Star Trek ones mixed in as well. And the reason I got this is because of this. Let me see if I can zoom in. That dude right there. Sorry, it might not zoom in so well, but that's Hildebrand. I mean Bradstreet, Tim Bradstreet, the artist, the one that does these covers. He's very, very well known for doing this photorealistic style of covers, and so to see him, he's here at the Comic Con, at this one, and so to see him there live in person and realize that this is the guy that did these particular, very, very neat illustrations. Like it's amazing to be able to run into him, and so he was there, and I was able to join the panel that he was in as well. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and share that audio of that panel later on, so be on the lookout for that. But it was neat running into this, and then also I got it because these were cheap. These were $1 each. So being able to come into here at the Comic Con, see these, which is very smart by the way, because obviously he's there, so you can buy these and then have him sign it at a cheap price. So good stuff. The other thing I got is this dude right here, Steve Dillon. He ended up passing away, if I'm not mistaken. Like he was the one, was it this year or last year, that ended up just passing away, and so it was neat. I mean, not neat, but it was sad, but very fortuitous for me to come across this and realize here's another opportunity to buy Steve Dillon's artwork in remembrance of him, and then that way I could try to see if I could run into Tim Bradstreet later on there at the Comic Con and just mention it because I'm sure he worked with, in this case, Steve Dillon throughout these issues since he did all the covers for him. So it's a way to try to pay remembrance to him. But all these stories, like this guy right here, he was in the movie The Russian. Remember that guy from the Thomas Jane movie, the earlier Punisher movie? This is where the story comes from. This is him. Like this is the Russian's introduction. In fact, most of this series was tied into that movie. So that was really, really neat to come across this bit of history to kind of like a way of going backwards in time on this stuff. But I got this one. Got this one. This time I read this one. I haven't read this one before, so it's Punisher #1. They always go into these when it comes to a new series. So give it a couple of months and there'll be another #1 issue somewhere. But these are all stuff that seem interesting. This I have not read before. So, Star Trek: The Next Generation, Perchance to Dream. I'm gonna read this later on today. Again, all of these are a dollar, and all of these, the reason I got them is because of this Tim Bradstreet, the way he does it. Doesn't he do fantastic artwork? I mean, look at that. That looks photo realistic when it comes to his stuff. I thought I read somewhere where it's kind of like almost like he's tracing, but he uses like a photo source, and then that way he can create this. Like he can create this image and have it look obviously realistic, but have it have that time, that artistic touch at the same time. So, but it's gonna be great. I'm gonna read this later on, and then I got this too. This was given at the panel, the one dedicated to Bernie Wrightson. He was there at the comic show, the Dallas Comic Show, last year, and I think I passed his area, so it's kind of weird to realize that a year later that he's essentially gone. Like there's nothing else, obviously, that he's going to produce anymore. So in this case, at least I have this bit of memorabilia. It's really neat stuff. So, and finally, I got these. So I kind of opened these ahead of time, but I'll still share with them one at a time. Packs, in this case, trading card packs. I love this stuff. All of these were a dollar each, and then I got a freebie. So 5 packs, and then I got a free pack. So I was going to show you here one by one what's listed here. Ah, yes, you'll love this trivia. I've met her before, the Terminatrix. Beautiful, beautiful lady. Kristana Loken is her name. I saw her at a Comic Con a couple of years back. Absolutely stunning, just stunning to meet in person. So, if you haven't had a chance to see her and you have an opportunity at a Comic Con, be sure to do so. You will not regret it. She is so wonderful, so beautiful. But yes, I did see her at a Comic Con a couple of years back, so that was neat. And then there's her, of course, there with Schwarzenegger. I think this is one of her earliest roles too, like if not the first one. I think she had this one too, that was there as a play, as something to sign, if I recall correctly. But I ended up getting a different one. But in this case, this one is a nice shot here too, of her. I don't see any special edition cards here either. Oh, this one where he, of course, says that I'm back. Yeah, that's not a special edition. This one, neither this one nor this one. Okay, but this one, it does seem like it is. This one right here. So this one, it looks like it's a special edition because it's nice, like a nice foil one. So, and it even has a special coating on it, C4 in this case. So glad I got at least something in terms of one special edition card. I just love those. I love trading cards. Another thing that I never got to buy when I was much younger, but now I can, and they're at a really good price now because nobody wants them. And then here's the next one, The Shadow. Everybody remember this? This was a movie that came out in the 90s that kind of came and went. Such missed opportunities when it came to these to this movie, to this franchise. And then here are the trading cards for it. It was supposed to be obviously like a big franchise, like the next big Batman movie, the next big Batman franchise, but it never did. It just never hit off. Maybe it was bad marketing, maybe it was a cheesy character. I love The Shadow. Yeah, I love the old radio shows. I put them on YouTube every now and then and listen to them. It's great. It's a great way to make your imagination work. So the movie, alas, it's just bombed, and so because of it, we'll probably never see another opportunity of The Shadow. But who knows? Things might change. Maybe it'll be a Netflix series. But let's see what they got in here. So some of these I already opened again, but I can't remember really what I got in them. But there he is. There's a Shadow right there, right up front, played by Alec Baldwin in the film. So nice little character shot here. Let's see. Oh, some comments. Talk about monsters. I may do it here in just a few minutes, so be on the lookout for that. Another comment. What is the Shadow about? Shadow is Lamont Cranston. He's someone almost like a Bruce Wayne type, really rich guy, but he uses his resources to try to get revenge, to try, not revenge, but justice for people that commit crimes. Like he tries to have justice for them. But he was almost, I think he was somebody that went to, what was it? Some place like a monastery, and then that's where he got his training. It's almost like a curse for him. I don't know the 100% the full details because I've read some of the comics but not all of them. But he actually came out before Batman, if I'm mistaken. Somebody correct me on that, but his character came out before, and it helped influence the character Batman when it debuted all those years back. But this one was an earlier one. So, in fact, here's a good one. Like, here's some of the older pulp covers that were used from the Shadows comics. So in this case, this one was called a miniseries in the Coils of Leviathan. So pretty neat stuff. So I love seeing this old stuff. Here's another one. In fact, right here, beautiful artwork. It was popular with a lot of radio shows at the time because of the format when it came out. All those years back, all those decades back, it was just 100% on the radio. And today, of course, you can find them on YouTube. That's the stuff that I play that I was mentioning a minute earlier. But yes, you can go there today and listen to these old broadcasts. And then they were big stuff back then. Ah, here she is, Penelope Ann Miller. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful actress. She was in Punisher as well. Small World. Remember that one with the Thomas Jane movie where she played Maria? And so she was in that role too. She was also in one of my favorite cult movies, Super Mario Brothers. I love that movie. It's so cheesy, but I love it. And so she was in there, and she had a pretty big role. And then I've read the book too from John Leguizamo, who worked with her. Obviously in that movie, he was playing Luigi. He said that she was not so nice. Like eventually, like they were dating, but it turned out bad, and he said that in a roundabout way that it was kind of like she was using him because he was more popular at the time, so that way she could get around in Hollywood faster. But at least that's that story. But yes, there it is. And then here's some more beautiful, in this case, pulp artwork. I love this stuff. I mean, you don't see this stuff on covers anymore, do you? I mean, this is the kind of stuff that would just sell comic books. I don't know why this stuff isn't on that type of format anymore. And then here's another character shot, in this case of Alec Baldwin. I think that was when he was in the monastery, when his character was Lamont Cranston there. So, and then here's some more. And then one last one here. In this case, the villain. If I remember from the movie correctly, this was a reincarnation of Genghis Khan, the guy on the left. And so Lamont's character, the Shadow, is trying to stop him from taking over the world. So, but yeah, pretty neat. Unfortunately, no special editions in this one, not like the Terminator one. So all of these just seem to be regular cards. So, all right, let's go to the next pack here. Oh, a more recent movie. You guys will like this. In this case, look at that. Batman Begins. Yay. The movie that started the Christopher Nolan franchise. I like that movie. I don't necessarily love it, but it's still a good entry. I like it. To this, Netflix has it. In fact, now playing on. Basically, they're streaming it, so I may take a look at it again and try to revisit it. But 7 cards. Let's see if we got anything special in there. So there is the newer version of the bat suit. I never really liked this bat suit. My fan favorite is still the Michael Keaton, the Tim Burton one from Batman Returns. I just loved that one. It looks so imposing, like so stoic. Like it's amazing. So, but this one it was all right. The one from the Dark Knight and the Dark Knight Rises. It was even worse in my opinion. So it's just because I'm still a favorite of the other one. Oh, another shout out! Thank you so much. Thank you for joining my live stream. Appreciate it. So, but yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Here's another character shot from him within the movie. So you'll see that in fact there's that infamous thing where he can't turn his neck, right? Like in that shot, if you look back at the movie, he can't turn his neck. He's basically like twisting and turning his body instead, which was the same thing that happened in the Tim Burton movies. So the Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises took care of that, but not in this film. Here it looks like it's the poster itself. Oh, it's a checklist. Okay. I hate these cards because these are the ones that take up valuable space. Instead of giving me like a real card, I get checklists, and I don't really care about checklists because I'm not going to collect all of them. I want the important ones. So, but in any case, that's a worthless one. And then here we have, in this case, the hold up, Joe Chill holding up his family. Somebody did a montage, in fact, on YouTube. It's funny as hell. If you see it, you'll see all the times that this scene has been reenacted in movies, in cartoons, in TV shows, everything. And it's just like 5-10 seconds each, and it's one after the other, and you'll see just like how crazy, like how many times basically Bruce's parents got killed. If it becomes funny after a while, because after like the 10th time of seeing his parents getting killed, you realize, my goodness, this stuff has been portrayed for the longest time. Another comment here. What are my thoughts on What is it? Oh, someone said, how come no one draws like this anymore? That's right. With regards to the shadow, you're right. Like, that's the stuff that truly stands out. I wish people drew it more like that, but it looks like that's not something that's happening anytime soon. Maybe it just takes too much work. Maybe it just takes too much work for the same amount of pay, so that's not going to work. Um, what are my thoughts on Batfleck's suit? It's fine. It's better, I think, actually, than the Christopher Nolan one. And it looks, especially with the cowl, with the permanent, almost like what do you call it? Bald eagle's eyebrows, like where it's always in a permanent scowl. I like that look. In fact, there were a few moments I just saw Justice League on an app, and there were a few moments in there where he looked almost like Tim Burton's one. So I like it. I like it better, and it looks far more imposing, especially with the ripped muscles. It's I like it. I think it did. I think it went in a better direction. In other words, so let's see. Does someone else have a comment? Um, no, I think that was it. So those are my thoughts there. Oh, a special edition. Look at this one. Here we go. Sticker. So in this case, remember these? Whenever you would have this stuff done, you would collect them. They would go on top of each other on the right hand side, on the left hand side, and they would build a bigger picture. So somewhere out there, there's these other missing pieces, but this is a special edition with a sticker. You can kind of peel it off here if I wanted to, but I'm not. So man, somebody said the ears are too short on the this one or the one that's on the Batflex. I'd have to see a comparison to try to see what the differences are. It seems like Burton's, the ones on those are far longer than the other ones. So, but oh, okay, Batflex, yeah. Maybe they are shorter. I just haven't really paid attention to that one. So, okay. What's the next one? Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we have Rachel Dawson, played by the beautiful Katie Holmes. I have such a crush on her. She is so beautiful. So to see the movie and then to see not see her in The Dark Knight, and then Dark Knight Rises kind of sucks, but such is life. Like it was that weird period where she was with Tom Cruise at the time, and I guess the movie was getting bad publicity because of all the hoopla they were having. So because of it, she did not come back for the sequel. But her character, what a shame. It would have been great to see her finalize her role there. But here they are. Whenever she was drugged, and then he's taking her back to the Batcave to save her. So, oh, and here we have the daddy, Thomas Wayne, in this case. So he was uh, pretty nicely played by this dude. I don't know. He's one of those actors where you know you've seen him everywhere, but you just can't name him. So I have no idea like what his name is. But in any case, there he is. Yeah. Nobody really talks about the mom, do they? Like when it comes to this world, it seems like in the Batman movies, it's always about uh, uh, Thomas Wayne in that case. Oh, what's the next one that we have here? So I have two more packs, three more if you include this one. So this next one here, we got Hellboy. In this case, the animated series. Funny thing, I've never seen the animated series, so why I got this pack? I think I got it because it was free. So who knows, like if it's any good or not? But I saw it; it was free, so why not, right? Martha, Martha, that's right. Somebody did that mantra. Remember, I posted that pic where it was Godzilla and King Kong fighting each other, and Godzilla's kicking King Kong's ass, has him in a neck grip, and then he says something about Mothra, like save Mothra, tell Mothra, and then Godzilla realizes that he knows Mothra, so then they start reminiscing. So, anyways, little sidetrack. But yes, Hellboy. So it looks like these are all animated cells from the actual movie. Has anybody seen this one? Hellboy animated? Was it a show? No, it wasn't. Right? It was a movie, like one of those VODs type movies, right? So I have no idea who this is. Professor Sakai. Here's another one. Let me see. Doesn't really say anything. Last of the Dead. Looks neat. I mean, it looks like they spent money on this, on the animation. Oh, here we go. Here's a special edition card. Look at this. You see how it's cut out here at the end like that? So pretty neat. So this is H6, so you can always tell when something is special edition from that. But here we go, A Hero's Journey, in this case, from Hellboy. So I have no idea. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten these cards because I have no idea what these are about. So I'm kind of lost on these, but this looks like a special edition. Martha Wayne, she was played by Lauren Corn, the beautiful Lauren Corn. That's right, from the Walking Dead. I love her. She's very beautiful. There was another comment here. animated film. Ron Perlman did this. Is that right? He did the voice. Oh, okay, cool. So what a way to bring him back, in other words, for the franchise, or at least keep things going. I know that there's a new Hellboy that's coming out, and none of the original parties are involved, which kind of sucks. But the trade-off, the good news is the beautiful, beautiful Mia Jovo, the Resident Evil girl. I can't remember her name. Jovovich. I'm saying it so wrong probably, but she's gonna be in there, and it's gonna be neat to see her because she plays the bad guy or the bad girl or whatever in the film. So I'm gonna so see that because of her, because I'm a huge fan of her. So here's some more in this case. I have no idea what's happening here. Some more. I have no idea what's happening here, and some more here. Is that Liz? I think, right? This girl, like that's Liz, the lady that turns into fire, and I think that's Aquaman or whatever his name was, Abe something, right? Um, in the film. So I think that's the last time I bought trading cards that I have never seen something on. So otherwise, I would have provided more info. But now let's move on to the next pack. Ah, this one is a fan favorite of mine too. You guys will love this. Another blast from the past. Look at that, Street Fighter, the original Street Fighter, the one, the only, the cult classic, the Street Fighter from the early '90s film. Love it, especially this dude right here. What a way to go out. His last movie role, rest in peace, Raul Julia. He did a fantastic job. To this day, his quotes are internet lore. Tell me they're not. Like all this stuff, like something about the eye, about rainy, about falling from heaven like lightning, like all those beautiful quotes that he did in the film. He took this material as corny as it was, as goofball as it was, and he made it his own. So God bless him, rest in peace. There's of course Van Damme in that case, the muscles from Bustles, who seemed to have a second career later on, like in movies, like a resurgence, but never really played off. There's the beautiful, oh, what's her name, Kylie something, Kylie Minogue. That's right. She was in this movie too, playing, was that Camille, if I'm not mistaken? And then there's Vega right there too. Interesting little trivia between them. Apparently they had an affair. They did. Van Damme and Kylie Minogue during this time period. It specifically was an affair because one of them was married. Either he was married or she was married. I think he was married to another person at the time, and so it came out later on that they had an affair. I think he admitted it, in fact, later on too, while she had kept it a secret. So what a way to I guess ruin that moment. So otherwise, oh, more comments here. Es que la camisa tiene su nombre. What? What is that? I got see the money. Money? I don't see any money here. So, okay, let's continue. Here we go. Bison, no, Balrog, my apologies. Uh, I have no idea who this actor's name was, but he had a short scene there, him fighting in, oh, the movie. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, you saw the movie too? I love that movie. I love it. Absolutely love it. So here he is, the guy that was playing Balrog. Nice little character shot. I love this behind the scenes stuff. Whenever the actors are in their official 100% characters, clothing, acting in this case, in the pose as if they were acting as this character in real life, and then there's the backdrop. I love this kind of stuff. You see this stuff all the time whenever the actors have to go to some studio in their clothing from the movies. They take those character shots, and then those shots eventually become part of some posters or some other campaigns. So I love this kind of stuff. But yeah, here he is, Balrog. And then who do we have next? DJ. I remember him from the movie DJ. So he was supposed to be Bison's sidekick, right? He was the one that at the end, in this shot here, thought he had so much money that he was able to steal from Bison towards the end, but it turns out that it was Bison money, so it was basically worthless. But I thought there was a little bit of trivia I remember from him, like where he talked about the movie, but I can't remember what he said. Like he didn't badmouth it, but he was giving some trivia on it afterward, but I can't remember. I'm sorry. Oh, here we go. Here is more of Colonel Guile in this case from Van Damme. My understanding is he was the first and only choice, like for Guile in the movie. Like the people that decided to pitch this to Capcom wanted him in that film from the very beginning. And so once they got him, great, but he took up most of the budget, and then the rest of it went to Raul Julia, and that's why the other ones are played by nobodies. Kylie Minogue was a nobody at the time, but now she's kind of a somebody. But in this case, it was always going to be him in the film. So I don't think he ever really talked about the film afterward, like in terms of whether he thought it was good or bad or something. And then here we have there he is, Raul Julia and Bison. There's E Honda, and then there's Chun Li right there. She's turned out to be a pretty popular actress. Isn't she now in the latest Star Trek Discovery TV series, right? So ever since this film, like she's just contained steady work. So good to see. I love it when actors are able to just move on past certain projects. They don't really think that it's going to tank their career. They just go on, move forward on that stuff. Oh, somebody asked a question. Let me see. What do you think of the Legend of Chun-Li film? I've never seen it. I haven't seen that one. I've heard that it is so bad though that it is like a league of its own. Like it is bad, bad, like beyond bad. Like it's one of the lowest rated IMDb films. I want to see it. I will probably see it one of these days. But in this case, I have not. So I don't have an opinion of it yet. But wasn't Bison played by an American with white hair, if I'm not mistaken? Like it was a weird thing, like uh, where they went into an alternate universe within the Street Fighter world. So, but who knows? I may check it out. If Netflix has it one of these days, then yeah, I'll definitely see it. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, behind the scenes stuff, behind the scenes shots in this case. So in this case, this must have been inside that compound. So another shout out. Oh, the actor Neil McDonald. That must be him then. How are you going? Keep up with the vids? Oh, well, thank you. Much appreciated. So, are you going to keep doing them? Yes, absolutely. That might be the next go round. In fact, after I finish the latest Cryptids and Monsters movie, I might move to that one. So, um, here's another one. Is this behind the scenes too? I don't remember this in the movie. Or was it when they were escaping afterward? I had to re-see the movie. But yeah, I think that's when they were going out, when they were trying to escape, and they were getting together because at that point Zangief joined them. Really, he was definitely the comic relief in the film, like the best one. So he had all the best lines from it. Interesting enough, he ended up playing Leatherface in one of the newer Texas Chainsaw Massacre films. So nice little trivia there. Here he is, another character one. Sagat in this case, played by Wes Studi. Wes Studi is another big time character actor. When you have him in a film, you always make he always brings his best. He was in Last of the Mohicans. He was in Heat as well. So I love seeing him there. And then clear difference though. I mean, look at this. Looks nothing like the video game, right? When it comes to Sagat, but in this case, they got somebody that did a really good job, in my opinion, in the film. As corny as it was. So. Another one. Look at that. 2 for 1 when it comes to Sagat. So 2 character shots in this case from Sagat. And then, okay, another shot. Another character one. In this case from Ken. I don't know who the actor was who played this. But look at this. Neat. The background is from the video game. So here you have the live action character who played Ken. And then the background is from the video game. So, oh, neat. And they even put the Ken character as a backdrop here too. So, but no secret. No, it looks like there's no special edition ones in this one. So, alas, that's not good. All right, one last one, and then I'll wrap up the video here. So another cheesy one. I love this one. Big franchise too. Blast from the past. Ended off with a bang. In this case, look at this. Ninja Turtles Part 2. Movie cards. I love this stuff. Love the Turtles. Love them, love them, love them. Love the old franchise. Love the new one. Of course, with my baby Megan Fox, my girlfriend. So seeing this there, immediately, yes, I had to buy this stuff. I saw this long time ago. Still rewatch this movie every now and then. I still have the VHS for it. Love it. So really cool stuff. So let's see what kind of cards this has. By the way, this one, obviously, it was made because the first movie was a huge success. And unfortunately, it did not make enough. Like, it didn't make as much as people had hoped, the movie makers. So, to this day, it's kind of like it led to part 3, which we all know where that went. That was not good. And so that kind of like killed the franchise. But interestingly enough, the franchise still keeps going. So, obviously, there was the Michael Bay ones, which I loved. I really liked them. I mean, I thought they were really good. And then the first one was good. The second one was even better. But now the franchise is gone. Like that Michael Bay franchise is gone. It's gonna be completely rebooted yet again. And so Megan Fox, my girlfriend, she's no longer gonna be April O'Neil, which is bad. I thought she did a really good job on that too. So, but we'll see. I guess whoever ends up playing all the turtles and then all everything else in the new film. So, thought it was a silhouette of Godzilla. You mean right here? Oh, okay. No, it's just me. It's just my hand there. So, oh, here we go. The older April O'Neil sticker. So look at that. I don't think this is a special edition because I think all of them came with stickers. It says so on the front, right? Comes with one sticker. So in this case, not a special edition. But there was Paige. That's Paige, right? Paige O'Hara, if I remember her name correctly. Um, and who was the other one? Who's the other actress? Judith something. Judith Hoag, yeah. Judith Hoag was April O'Neil in part one, and then Paige was April O'Neil in part two. Both of them extremely beautiful. I mean, look at that. She is just model-esque stunning, just absolutely stunning. And then Judith is as well, just absolutely stunning. Both did a really good job. I don't really have more one preference over the other. If I remember correctly, Judith was not brought back for part two as April O'Neil because she, I think, wanted more money, or was it no? I think it was because she argued the like a lot when she was on the first film, like about the working conditions, about the long hours, about the role, everything, and so the producers just didn't bring her back. And I think she later said that it was also because she was asking for more money. So either way, though, obviously history has shown that we got a different April O'Neil, but she did a good job. I loved her too, and then she came back for part three as well. And then, of course, the newest iteration of April O'Neil, my baby, my girlfriend, Megan Fox, who is my favorite, clearly, of all the three. But still, this lady still holds a heart. Oh, look at that. Got a card, too, in this case. So, one card, one sticker. One card, one sticker. So, still, it's kind of a win-win. Anything with more April O'Neil is better. I love April O'Neil's character, too, because she's like the dream woman. Beautiful, smart, adventurous, brave, always wanting to do the right thing, just perfect. Like that's the kind of stuff where it's a favorite character of mine. So here we got the Shredder in this case with is that Mike or yeah, that's Michelangelo when he got caught by them. So Shredder is there. I liked him in the newer versions too. Oh yeah, that does look like Godzilla, doesn't it? Right here, especially with the hook nose, like the eagle nose that's there. So you're right. But yeah, I like the Shredder from the newer films too. When it came to his design, it was badass. A lot of people don't like it, but I did. I loved it. So, oh, here we go. Another character study. In this case, the Shredder holding up the TC. Was it TGRI or TCRI? TGRI, right? The canister itself. Oh, look at this. I love it when cards do this. So everything is gonna have a trademark. Trademark on there. Trademark on there. Trademark on there. Trademark on there. And then there's the whatever copyright, whatever there, just to make absolutely certain that you know that this is movie property. So I love it when this happens. I saw this one time in the Batman cards too, where every single word, every other word was like trademark. But yeah, it was a cool suit. I love it. I love the old suit too here as well. And then you've seen my video. I think I did it a while back, where it was gonna be the guy from Heat. Who played what was his name? I can't remember his name now, but he was in the first movie of the Ninja Turtles, who ended up playing, I guess, the second in command. But it was him that was the Shredder. Like he was the one that was originally Shredder, but then there was a huge change post production, and a new character actor or a new actor was hired to play Shredder. But it was a big hoopla. So here we got the Ninja Turtles saying "Cowabunga" at the end of the film after they finish everything, after they tackle the Super Shredder in that case. Little trivia on that Super Shredder, that's Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash from the wrestling world. And I saw him at the Dallas Comic Show last time too. He said that when he played the role of the Super Shredder, that was his first movie role. And even though it was just a few minutes and you don't even see his face, he still qualified as an actor. Like he got into the union, into the benefits, all that because of his role there. So, and then there they are at April's apartment. Pretty cool. And then another one that's Toka, right? If I recall correctly, or is it Razor? Let's see here. They don't say in that case, but still, it's one of the new ones. My understanding was it was supposed to be Bebop and Rocksteady within the film, but it was not. Like the 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 rights that were tied up or it was too expensive. But when that happened, then just new characters were created. In this case, Toka and Razor. But they've made a mainstay in the franchise afterward. It's neat to see them pop up in video games every now and then too. But otherwise, it was supposed to be Bebop and Rocksteady. In the TGR lab, there's my favorite one right there. Donatello, my favorite turtle of all. The genius, the brains, the official second in command, the de facto leader whenever Leo is somewhere else off. But he's my favorite. So if you guys have a favorite, let me know. I'll shout it out in the comments. But otherwise, a nice little group shot of the four here in the lab with Donatello taking care of business. And then one last one. Here we got Splinter. Very big fan of his work, like the puppetry work on there. A lot of people say that Yoda, like obviously, is like the tops in the Star Wars world, but no, I think there's a close runner-up in this case is the work of Splinter. So let's see. Yeah, it looks like people are confirming that. So that it was him, that it was Kevin Nash. Oh, that's right, Sheamus. He played Rocksteady. So small world in that case, where another wrestling star is back at it. In this case, in the world of the Ninja Turtles. But that's it. That's all I purchased. All the stuff here, all the items, everything that I collected today, all at a really cheap price. That's why I love going to the Dallas Comic Show, because I get to buy all this stuff cheap, 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 cheaper even than online. And I try not to splurge too much. But anyways, just wanted to share this unboxing, if you will, with you guys as a nice thank you for your continued viewership. And I'll be at it again once I get back from my vacation here in the Dallas area. Then I'll start working again on some more of the videos for you out there. So, but all right, everybody, thanks again as always. Much appreciated. Hope y'all guys have a great weekend, and y'all take care. All right, bye.